911. Where's your emergency?
Hello.
Hello. Is everything okay?
My mommy and daddy.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a bullet on the floor.
There's a what?
And there's blood coming out of my dad's mouth, and he fell off the bed.
He did. Where's Mommy at?
I don't know. I think they're dead.
What do you mean, sweetheart?
I don't know.
Okay, your daddy's on the floor. How old are you?
I'm 5 years old, and I have a dog in the house.
Okay, baby. Okay. Let me get something right over to you. Did you go in your mommy and daddy's room?
And there's blood.
All over the place?
Not all over. There's blood on the plant and blood on the floor.
Oh my goodness! And you have your little doggy with you?
And 3 cats.
Well, and you got some cats too?
3 cats and 1 dog.
Okay. Are you the only one there besides Mommy and Daddy?
And I said Mommy and Daddy, and they didn't even answer.
Okay. Okay, what I want you to do, honey, I want you to stay on the phone with me. What is your name? Oh, that's a very pretty name.
Actually, it's
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is a beautiful name. What's your doggy's name?
Liza.
Okay. And what made you wake up tonight?
I heard a gunshot.
You heard a gun?
Yes, and I see a bullet laying on the floor. I think it's a bullet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who has a gun in the house?
I don't see a gun, but I'm scared.
Oh, sweetheart, I will not let anything happen to you.
Can you send the deputy down?
I promise I will. And you're only 5 years old?
Mm-hmm.
You are so smart for 5 years old. Wow. Are you off of school this week?
No, I go to school next year.
You do? Oh my gosh, you're not even in kindergarten yet?
No,
Oh, what's your doggy's name?
Liza.
Liza. What kind of doggy is she?
She's a lab.
Oh my God, I love those. Those are so beautiful. Is she a black lab or is she a yellow lab?
A black lab.
Oh my, you are so smart.
With, brown eyes.
Oh my goodness, how old is she?
She is like 3 years old or 2 years old. I don't really know.
Wow. You can remember her for a long time, huh?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Was there anybody else in the house besides you and Mommy and Daddy tonight? Like an uncle or anything?
No, there's no robber in the house.
Okay, well I didn't think there'd be a robber, sweetheart. Did you have anybody staying over the night with you guys tonight? Okay. So, and the doors are all locked and everything like that. Where are you in the house?
Well, I was in my room sleeping until I heard a noise shot and it woke me up.
Oh my goodness. What part of the house are you in at now?
I'm in the one, it's yellow, a whole yellow house, a green screen with it, a little bit of green, and a pink door.
Oh my goodness, that sounds really cool. Did you pick out the pink door?
No, my mom picked out the colors.
Look, I bet that's beautiful. Does Mommy and Daddy have a car in the driveway?
2 cars.
2 cars? What kind of cars do they have?
My mom has a Toyota.
What color is that Toyota? Is it dark or gray or silver?
It's red.
Red? Okay. What kind of car does Daddy have?
He has a Jeep. It's black and
Okay.
white.
Listen to me. Is your phone the kind of phone you can take with you and walk around? There should be an officer at your front door. I need for you to take your phone with you and walk over to the door and open it for me, okay? And I'm gonna stay on the phone with you, okay?
But,
I will not hang up.
I'm naked.
Oh, well, you want to go grab a towel or something? I don't think the officer's going to care, baby. We just want to make sure Mommy and Daddy are okay, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Grab a blanket or something. Stay on the phone with me. Stay on the phone, all right?
Okay.
My name's Donna, by the way. You are doing a wonderful job. Wonderful job.
And I knew what to do for special dogs.
You did great.
I knew.
You are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You should be very proud of yourself.
I'm to the door. I'm unlocking it.
Okay. You do let me know when the officer talks to you. Okay, you go ahead. You talk to the officer.
Officer, the dispatcher. Tell her I'm here now, okay? You can hang up.
Bye, sweetheart.
He's here.
Okay, sweetheart. You be good, okay? Bye-bye.
This was the voice of 5-year-old Tia Herneln calling 911 in the early morning hours, waking up to a nightmare no child should ever face. Alone and terrified, Tia discovered her parents unresponsive, with blood everywhere. Today we unravel the heart-wrenching story of Tia Herneln and the devastating events that forever altered her life. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover true crime cases that shock, haunt, and stay with you. Before we begin, a content warning. Today's story contains distressing themes, including violence and loss, which may be difficult for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Grab a blanket, settle by the fire, and join me as we recount the tragic events of March 28, 2005, that shattered the Hine family. In the early hours of that fateful morning, 5-year-old Tia Herneln made a desperate 911 call. Dispatcher Donna answered, and in this heartbreaking conversation, brave Tia described finding her parents lying on their bedroom floor, covered in blood. Donna worked to keep Tia calm and engaged while awaiting the arrival of police officers. When authorities reached the scene, they found Tia still on the phone with Donna. Tragically, her mother, Julie, had passed away, and her father, Aeneas, was barely clinging to life. Julie Morgan first met lifeguard Aeneas Hine on Daytona Beach, where their romance blossomed quickly. Both adventurous and passionate about surfing, the couple shared a thirst for life. They moved to the Virgin Islands, where Aeneas had family, and tied the knot there. Later, they returned to Florida, settling near New Smyrna Beach. They poured their efforts into creating a home, an eye-catching yellow house with lime green trim and a pink door. In 2000, Julie and Aeneas welcomed their daughter, Tia, into the world. She became the center of their universe. The couple immersed her in their activities, fostering a loving and nurturing environment. The bond they shared as a family was undeniable, evident in their every interaction. By 2005, life seemed to be going well. Aeneas, then 29, had just started an exciting new job. Julie, 31, was on the brink of a major achievement, graduating with honors from Daytona Beach Community College in May. Described as a dedicated and outstanding student, Julie often brought Tia with her to the library. Her professors and friends admired her as vibrant and kind-hearted. Julie's close friend, Michelle, recalled how Julie dreamed of becoming a paralegal, determined to assist those seeking justice. Years earlier, Julie and Aeneas had crossed paths with David Edward Johnson, a man with a troubled history and a reputation for unpredictable behavior. Johnson believed the Hines had tipped off law enforcement, which led to his arrest on drug charges. Convinced they had destroyed his life, he became fixated on revenge. As Johnson's obsession with the Hines grew, his behavior turned increasingly alarming. Witnesses reported overhearing him make threatening comments about the family, but few could have imagined how far he would go. For Julie and Aeneas, Johnson's threats were troubling, but not entirely unexpected, given his volatile nature. However, they never fathomed the lengths to which his rage would drive him. When police arrived at the Hine household, they encountered a horrific scene. Julie and Aeneas had succumbed to their injuries, leaving Tia an orphan. The officers were profoundly affected by Tia's courage during the 911 call, but the sorrow of her loss resonated deeply with everyone involved. Investigators swiftly identified David Edward Johnson as the prime suspect. Within hours, they tracked him down. Yet, before they could take him into custody, Johnson ended his own life. This act denied the Hine family the justice and closure they desperately needed. Among Johnson's possessions, officers found chilling evidence. Newspaper clippings of his November arrest on drug charges taped to his refrigerator, along with documents related to his pending trial. The sheriff overseeing the case remarked on the chilling obsession that drove Johnson to this unfathomable act. It became evident to investigators that David Edward Johnson's obsession with the Hines consumed him. Further digging revealed that Julie had filed for a restraining order against the 33-year-old 2 months before the attack. However, her request was denied by a judge, citing insufficient evidence of violence and challenges in proving stalking. Johnson had been harassing and stalking the family, convinced they were behind his November 2004 arrest for cultivating marijuana and possessing steroids. Authorities later confirmed that Julie and Aeneas had no involvement in his arrest, yet Johnson remained fixated on this belief. Julie was deeply aware of the threat Johnson posed to her family's safety. She confided in friends about how he was disrupting their lives. In her quest for protection, she documented every instance of his harassment, detailing the dates, times, and descriptions of his actions, whether it was driving by their home, calling incessantly, or issuing threats. Despite her thorough records, her request for a restraining order was denied. Devastated, Julie called a friend in tears, expressing her growing fear. She reportedly said, "If I'm not here next week, this is why, and this is who killed me." Her words now seem like a haunting premonition of the tragedy to come. In the immediate aftermath of the horrific event, Tia went to live with her grandparents in Central Florida, where she found a loving and stable environment amidst the chaos and grief. A trust fund was established in her name at Gulf States Credit Union, ensuring that she would have financial support for her upbringing and education. The local community rallied around her, offering their sympathy and support to help her through such an unimaginable time. Both Tia and the 911 operator, Donna, were widely commended for their extraordinary poise during the critical moments of the call. County Sheriff Ben Johnson described Tia's calmness as remarkable, stating, "Given what she had just witnessed, her composure was extraordinary. She was an amazing little girl. The information she gave us and the way she delivered it was something we wish we could get from adults." Donna, too, reflected on the call, acknowledging how deeply it had impacted her. She expressed a hope to one day meet Tia and give her a hug. Whether they ever met remains unclear, but Donna's professionalism and compassion during that traumatic moment left an enduring impression. In the wake of the murders, anger boiled over among family members, who were outraged at the justice system's failure to protect Julie and Aeneas. Julie had done everything in her power to sound the alarm, even going as far as predicting her own demise at the hands of Johnson. Despite her proactive steps, her pleas were ignored, and the system failed to intervene. In an email to a local newspaper, Julie's family wrote, "One of her last conversations with the police was, 'What has to happen? Does he have to kill me before you'll act?'" This chilling statement underscored the tragic and preventable nature of the situation. Sheriff Ben Johnson defended the actions of his investigators, stating they had warned Johnson to stay away from the family. However, he acknowledged the heartbreaking outcome, saying, "It's a terrible situation, and one we hate to see happen. But when you're dealing with someone just this side of possessed, someone like that is almost impossible to stop." Circuit Judge Richard Graham, who had reviewed Julie's original request for an injunction, also expressed regret over the tragedy. Reflecting on the case, he admitted that at the time of the request, the documentation Julie provided was limited, which factored into his decision to deny the order. "Looking back, I wish I had handled it differently," he said. "But every case is reviewed individually, and this one didn't seem to have enough information at the time." Despite this acknowledgement, Sheriff Ben Johnson was doubtful that an injunction would have stopped Johnson's actions. He remarked, "In a situation like this, an injunction is only effective for someone who respects the rules. This individual was determined to act, and there's little that could have stopped him. The only way to have prevented this tragedy would have been to incarcerate David Edward Johnson indefinitely. When someone is determined to commit such a heinous act, it can be nearly impossible to stop them." In the years after the tragedy, Tia and her family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Johnson's estate, seeking compensation for emotional distress, mental anguish, and the loss of Tia's parents. The lawsuit detailed how, after murdering Aeneas and Julie Morgan, Johnson left their bodies for their 5-year-old daughter to discover. He knew Tia would likely be the one to find the scene and endure the trauma of that horrific moment. While details about the outcome of the lawsuit remain scarce, as of today, Tia Herneln would be around 23 years old. Very little is known about her current life, but one can hope that she has grown into an extraordinary young woman. Despite facing unimaginable tragedy at such a young age, Tia demonstrated incredible resilience and courage. Her composure during the 911 call was nothing short of remarkable, a testament to her strength and to the loving upbringing her parents provided. Tia's story highlights the critical importance of protecting loved ones and staying vigilant in the face of potential danger. Here are some safety tips to help you prepare for emergencies. 1. Secure your home. Install sturdy locks, security cameras, and a reliable alarm system to deter intruders and provide an extra layer of protection. 2. Emergency preparedness for children. Teach children how to call 911 and explain what steps to take in case of an emergency. 3. Recognize warning signs. Always take threats or unusual behavior seriously and report them to the authorities when necessary. Thank you for joining me in remembering the story of Tia. This tragic case reminds us of the need to address conflicts, support mental health, and take every threat seriously. Julie and Aeneas Herneln's lives were cut tragically short, but their love for their daughter shines through her resilience and bravery. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to help raise awareness and honor the memory of Julie and Aeneas Hernlen. Let's work together to prevent tragedies like this and create a safer world for everyone. Until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and take care of your loved ones.